Greetings, minions, engineers, and fellow gamers. This is Silverblade playing Space Engineers Beta, and this is episode number 39. So between last episode's recording and this, probably about an hour and 20 minutes or so has gone by for me. I did some of my work because it was that time, and then I went to the Space Engineers wiki page. I guess there's a couple of them, but I went to one and it had the stats for what the thruster outputs are for each type, and it was nice because it did have a sort of a thing where you can click on an arrow and it'll order them by highest or lowest stats for each type of category for each thruster. So looking over the numbers, the small thrusters, such as these little wingdings, seem to be much better than these when it comes down to it. So I'm going to read you off the stats. Now mind you, this probably is dry and some people might not even really give a damn. And some people will probably eat this information up. So to, each their own, and this might be useful. So for small block, that's not base size blocks like these, but for little blocks like these up here. Okay, the small hydro produces 82 max thrust. I believe that's 82 newtons per whatever. So yeah, 82 max thrust. The large hydros, which are on that thing right there, like that big bell right there, 400 max thrust. Now that's just 400 max thrust for one, and these produce 82. So you got to figure it's like maybe 4.5 of these equals one of those in terms of thrust. Now, in terms of thrust to size, now I don't know exactly how this so much is calculated, and I don't do numbers, so there's your warning right there. A small hydro, one of those, 118.5. A large, 656. Now here's the thing to consider too. These here take up 6 blocks. The small blocks. So one of these takes up 6 of those. So that might be something to factor in for thrust to size. And that kind of seems like it calculates out about right. And let's see, I'm trying to see if this, I can't remember, I wrote this down and I can't remember exactly what the stat was for it, but small hydrogen thruster, I think this is fuel consumption, 109.2 hydrogen a second, whereas the large ones use 514.1 hydrogen a second. Now what I'm thinking is the thrust to size, while these may be smaller, I would be inclined to believe, especially if you do them in groups, that they'll produce more thrust than just one of those. So it's I think it's like 5 or 6 of these to those. I think these produce just a little bit better, just a little bit. Now you also got to factor in that these are easier to place, use less resources. They don't require, the big things there for conveying hydrogen to them. So I'm kind of curious, I kind of hope you are too, that the small thrusters could be the only things used for lift. So it's worth testing out, right? Let's stock up on that. Either way, I'm going to try it out, whether it's good or not. A fool's errand or a genius maneuver. I've been called genius before, but it wasn't always in a non-sarcastic way. And I ain't gonna tell what my IQ is, because, well, I'm just not gonna tell what my IQ is. Alright, so that's not gonna be enough. So those are in. Great. Actually, we'll go back through and at least we'll get the large tubes out of my inventory. And it's only that one that needs metal grids and construction components. Oh joy. I don't need the detectors, do I? No. I just ditched something that might be useful later, but whatever. We'll just get back to these. Make sure these are fully done, because I might have been missing a grid on one or two. I'm thinking of building a pit of welders just to make sure that every little bit is filled in on these, because I remember that there was something over here that was missing, like a motor or something, and then I wasn't able to find the block again, so I don't know what to make of that. Ah, right there's one without a display. So yeah, we'll get the, maybe it was just a graphical glitch or something. Wow, these were all missing displays. Huh. Okay. Scratching my eye. Okay, so we got the side and downward thrusters in place. Now the main ones that we're going to need have to be down here and in the rear. Now I'm thinking if I could do all of this with just the small thrusters, I mean, it's an interesting test to find out. Now the thing I do need to do is add small conveyor. Why can't I not select that? It's not letting me select it. That is most odd. Alright, well, here's what I gotta do. I'm gonna save, and I'm gonna reload it, because I'm thinking there might be a glitch. It happens from time to time where I'll be playing the game and I'll exit out and go back in, and then like some little thing isn't working like it should, and then I have to save, exit out, and reload it, and then it starts working again. So I mean, this game has been it's been in development for years, and there's still every week, I think on Thursday, they release a new update or announce something relevant to the game, and they're still fixing bugs, so I don't know what to make of that. Alright, so we're back in. Let's try to get this working, and it's not lighting up. What am I missing here? You're probably screaming at the screen going, dude, it's so obvious, what are you, an idiot? And I'll be like, yep. just in case, I'll put that one there. But why is not... Oh, now it's fitting in. You see that? It wasn't before, now it is. And restarting the game definitely helped. Alright, so... Actually... That'll work. I'll need to redo these buttons so that they're a little more practical, but or more functional. But this will work because then I can just stand down here and do this stuff. Now, see, that's going to be the base level for everything on here. So if I put these in, I'm going to have to extend the bottom of the ship by another row, which I think I can handle. So where are we going to put these extra thrusters? Obviously here and here. Getting a little frame skip there. So obviously those will be the main points. So let's connect these. So that's all connected in that way. Now, do I want to go across here? Don't think that's absolutely necessary, actually. Alright, so let's put in our thrusters, or at least to see what they would look like down here. So we obviously got there, there, there. Alright, so that's 9 downward-facing thrusters, and if you recall, about 5 or 6 of them, I didn't crunch the numbers to be specific, probably should have, but about 5 or 6 of these equals 1 of these. Now, I could fit big thrusters down in here because it would connect to this conveyor system here. So it would be like that. That's also kind of clunky, so I'm not really a big fan of that. And I want to test the theory, so not entirely useful. Alright, so how am I going to hook these up? One, two, three. And they're even numbers too, dang it. See, if they're odd, it looks more uniform. Now I have to be all fancy schmancy creative. And I'm thinking it might be better to have the thrusters kind of like that. You know, kind of like outrigger in a way, sort of. I don't know if that translated correctly, but have more thrust on the outer side. You know, of course, we got one down the center line, but have them out on the sides more. That might help when it comes to roll on the ship. Alright. And I think I see one little problem I'm going to have here. Can't get to that one block up in there. Uh-oh. What did I just chop out of here? That's not good. That's just not good. Something got chopped out. But I don't necessarily see something missing. It's just aggravating. Alright, so we need to chop these out. Interior plates. Go figure. We'll figure out what the heck was busted up in just a little bit. Right now I just want to get these all in. Construction components. Those are in, those are in. Metal grid and steel tubes. And we're gonna have to make another trip back, I think. Got spun around there for some strange reason. Alright. See, it's doing it again. For some reason, it spins me without me trying. Okay, that's a lot of thrusters. Let's see. Now, for the body of this... Alright, that's not the one I wanted. What? Where'd the block go? Glitchiness. You guys saw that, right? I turned it invisible. What the flaming Cheeto is going on? Well, that is perplexing. Something's up with the matrix here. I'm thinking I might want to combine these or link them. Because they go laterally, they're connected with the tank. I don't know, that'll just add more weight. So basically, it'll be kind of like this when the body is put on. And just kind of doing these. Definitely got to do a proof of concept to make sure that it actually, or a test flight rather, to make sure that it all works, because it would really suck to add more weight in. The hell? Okay, so as you can see, my game is obviously glitching. I can't do anything with these blocks, and I'm actually probably ought to take these out anyway. and put in the heavy armored ones, because they're going to end up at some point making contact with rock. So I'd rather have them be armored and protected to some degree. In which case I may even need more thrusters. Well, we'll have to test and see if it'll actually get off the freaking ground. And obviously, as you saw, placing armor blocks makes them invisible now due to some weird wiggy glitch. Oh boy. So,
storm inbound.
Of course. Alright, so for thrusters in the backside, I can't see which way that's facing. That's right. Where are you at? Oh, there they are. I'm kind of not satisfied with this. See, like I said, don't need a heck of a lot for the side to side and the ones to help push us down. The ones that really matter are the ones that are for lift in an atmosphere and forward thrust. Hoping this will be a little more economical in terms of hydrogen use, as well as providing enough power to do the job. And I think I'm going to need to add more reactors. At least 2 more. Where? That's a whole other question. I might put one down there. But I don't really like the idea of putting them up near the front, because if a reactor is damaged and explodes, while I love explosions, I don't love reactor explosions when they're my ship. You know what I mean? Oh. Well, at least we have some room for expansion. I think, yeah, I guess I will put these in. It is adding more weight, but it is also giving me more locations to put thrusters in as needed. Oh, for a sec there, the metal grid was lit up red. And I think it's because see where it says motor and it's red right now? Motor, metal grid. See how the red is now on the red on there? That may be why I saw that one spot up here say there was a missing motor, because there was something else that was missing, and it's the same area of the slot, like right there, metal grid, third slot up, see? Bug fixes. The game needs some. Alright. So ideally, we'll put heavy armor blocks across the bottom so that the thrusters are flush with it. As a visual representation, be like that. We will have landing gear on this just to play it safe, but yeah, we'll have heavy armor all the way across the bottom. We'll go light armor as it goes out to the sides, and we'll angle it. And this will be the farthest outside extent. So it'll be light armor up here, and then coming down, and well, I guess we can't angle it because it's considering that a square block. Otherwise, I'd come out and then up. And definitely gonna armor the bottom because that is the most likely thing to get slapped around. And then as for weaponry, let's take a look at our options for that. And we don't need interior turrets. Direct fire rocket launcher, Gatling gun. I'm thinking I'd be better off with turrets. And the reason for that is, you know, if I'm armpit deep drilling a mine shaft, my focus will be more on being in a tight, narrow space and having a Gatling turret in the back and maybe sticking out the hole. That might be the thing that saves my bacon. Let me see what kind of space requirements there is for this. Well, what? Oh, I see. Or maybe I do. Yeah, I see. It's got like a collar on it. Okay, so if I did something like that on the back end, get that out of your face there, guys. But the only downside to this is that if I'm digging a tunnel, this is going to get in the way. I don't think I'd have clearance in a tunnel. I'd have to wiggle the ship around. Now, one alternative I could do is build this ship with this as a variant. It's a pure mining ship, and then build another one, identical chassis, but remove the drills. Probably, yeah, remove the drills and this assembly up here, and take off that. It's options. I'll just leave it at that. Definitely a lot to think about on this. And it's only a half concocted idea that I had about the 3x3 hydrogen tanks, and then we still got to test to see if we have enough thrust with these to lift the damn thing and get it off planet. And then I also have to consider, will it be able to lift with full weight in the cargo? Let's see, I got, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4 cargo bins. And then I gotta get a connector to put here on the back to dock it. And then I need to build docking space. Lots more. Ow! That didn't tickle. Not in the slightest. Actually, one thing I do want to do. There's a life support pod. I'm trying to remember what it was called. My brain is just kind of shutting down at the moment, guys. So give me a second. I'll wake up in a minute here. Cloning chamber? No, that's Empyrean. I think it was named Pod or something like that. I have it on my other build in my other game. It's not life support. Dang it. Maybe it's in this grouping here somewhere. It's in there, like, along with the recharging station. Where is it? It's not in this. Come on, where is it? I can't even think of the name of it right offhand, and that's what's really getting my goat right now. And then this is just like an incomplete list of everything. So you got modules, drills. I probably passed it, and you guys have probably been screaming at me the whole time. Silverblade, you idiot. See, there's the medical room. Now, there was a pod. Oh, for Christ's sake. Hey, developers, I know I'm an idiot, but could you at least categorize these better for idiots like me to be a little more efficient in finding all those excessive hoopla. Yeah, because I can't seem to find it. So I was going to put one in here, or at least try to. So I don't have to come here all the time to recharge and refill my bottles and stuff. Makes me wonder if they even took it out. I don't think they'd take it out. Let me see through here again. Well, cryo chamber. D. Alright, so I would need a port on the back for this. And actually, what I think I'll do is do it out here. Of course, I didn't wait for all the oxygen to get sucked out, so, you know, boneheaded that one. Display. I didn't pay attention. Okay, there it is. So now I can just climb in here, let my tanks and energy get rebuilt, and then I can exit, and then I don't have to go inside every time. And it's outside here where it's convenient. Anyways, I'm a little over time here, guys. I hope you guys did not mind me bumble farting around. We're getting closer, guys. Getting closer. See, I'm gonna have to get some ice in this thing. to power up. I think I got to put on some ion drives too, because I think that might help when I get into space. We'll see how that goes. We'll do that next episode. So thank you guys so much for watching. Do check out the links in the description box below, particularly my Twitter. Follow me on that so you know when certain updates and news relating to my channel. I usually post things up on there. Sometimes some funny stuff. Depends what I'm in the mood in for to do. But do check that, and then also check out the links even below that for there's my Patreon, and there's also other YouTubers that have great content that is very much deserving of your eyeballs. So check them out, subscribe to them, let them know that Silverblade sent you, and until next time, see you later. Twitch.